Hi, this is Jason Andersen, Vice President of Strategy and Product Management at Stratus Technologies. We're an edge computing provider here in the United States. Our partner CFE Media has asked us to talk a little bit today about the impact of COVID-19 on both our customers and our partners, as well as the Stratus business overall, and what we're thinking about as we begin to come out of the other side of the pandemic. So why don't we start with our customers? We're seeing a lot of really good discussions going on with customers at this point. And the discussion has been kind of a little bit of a side benefit of all this shutdown and everything we have going on, because it's really given people a little bit of a chance to pause and think about how they can emerge from this stronger. And really, there's a lot of different areas we're talking about. A key one for us is actually modernization. I think there's a recognition that people are saying, well, geez, we really need to start thinking about digital transformation or IoT or edge computing, but I really don't have the right infrastructure in place. So how do I get started? So a lot of our conversations at Stratus with our customers and partners are about getting them started on the path to digital transformation. We also do a lot of business with people who embed our technology, like machine builders or different types of OEM type of arrangements. And what they're saying is, you know, I really don't have a good handle on what's going on in my install base. I'm not really able to understand that without going directly to my customer. So they're starting to look at technologies like edge computing as a means to provide different types of services or different types of support capabilities to their customers. So they're starting to kind of, in a way, reimagine the types of systems and solutions they provide to their end customers. And we're going to be part of that, right? So I'd say that's the second big discussion. I think the third big discussion is kind of the bigger, broader discussion. And I'd say more of our leading edge customers are having this about how will roles change. And we're definitely seeing people start to talk to us about how they are questioning how the role of OT will evolve in the future. And there's really a couple different vectors from that. I think one of which is very practical of how can OT be successful by working remotely? How can they make sure that factories and facilities are able to run in a zero-touch type of fashion? We have a lot of technology that can help with that. So they're talking to us about it, and they're really starting to zoom in on the remote control of their business or remote monitoring of their business. The other aspect of it is really around serviceability. And serviceability is important because there's a concern that they may not necessarily emerge from this with the same types of skills. They may have to go higher. Some people may leave the workforce just because, you know, it's at that point in their careers. There may be shifts in terms of where they're beginning to do manufacturing or where they're going to do a supply chain. So those types of shifts have prompted them to hire new employees or think about hiring new employees. All that really comes down to how can we make it very simple and easy to service facilities. And again, computers being a fairly complex part of that, having a simple and easy to use platform is important. So I'd say that we're definitely seeing those three vectors: the human side of it, as well as the kind of business side of it, and then lastly, you know, like I said in the beginning, there's all this kind of planning and modernization angle to it. And I think that kind of summarizes the three types of discussions we're having. And specifically to Stratus, what it's meant is it's been like all other companies that manufacture and service technology, it's been an eye-opener for us as well. We've had to really work very hard to maintain supply to our customers. Our supply team and our supply network has done a fantastic job of servicing our customers, and we're really proud of their efforts. They've done a great job, and we have had, you know, minimal issue with that. Moving into kind of how we plan to emerge, we're definitely looking at new market opportunities that customers are bringing to us. There's certainly a lot more interest in kind of optimizing supply chain now than there was maybe a year ago. So and we think we can help there. We're definitely starting to have people ask us how we could leverage some of our know-how in globally servicing a product and help customers who are manufacturing products today but want to maybe move into a service model. They're looking for advice from us and understanding how we do it, so maybe they could apply it. So we're definitely having, like I said, richer conversations. And the other piece of it really is, as we think about it, we're really definitely seeing how the global market will shift in terms of timing, right? So, we're definitely seeing different conversations, different, potentially governmental and regulation conversations, all kinds of things that are happening in kind of a different way. So what works for, say, a country like China or Singapore is definitely not what's going to work here in the United States or in Europe. So I think there's a little bit more thought going into how do we really operate on a global stage and how do we make it successful. So we've been doing that for 40 years. We actually just had our 40th anniversary, so we're pretty confident that won't be a challenge that we won't overcome. But again, now is a time for maybe kind of a little bit more thought, introspection, and then ultimately getting ready to execute as we head into the second half of this year and into 2021. Thanks for taking the time to hear our story, and hope you have a great day.